When I lived there, I saw that happen twice, where it went from that to dead.
From the time Rogan left and came back.
Yeah. After the Mencia thing, it got pretty.
Because you recorded that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you recorded the Mencia thing. A lot of people don't. I mean, I remember. What was that, like 07, 08?
2007. Yeah.
I remember watching that in high school, man, because I knew Carlos Mencia from Mind the Mencia.
Yeah.
And I only knew Rogan at the time from Fear Factor.
Yeah.
And I was like, why is Fear Factor guy, picking on?
Right. Yeah, that was the beginning of a lot of life-changing events with me and Rogan. That thing was crazy because I filmed it, went home, edited it all night till about like 8 in the morning, uploaded it, and then went to sleep. And then woke up and had already had like millions of hits and people like trying to contact for interviews and stuff like that.
How long was the upload then?
That was one of those things where I uploaded it and went to bed, and that would have taken me, it probably would have been 4 hours.
Dang. I was on some bad Wi-Fi, and it reminded me of being a kid, like when I used to have LimeWire, and you were trying to download an album, and I had dial-up, so it'd be like, 1 day and 23 hours.
Right.
But I was trying to upload a video on YouTube, and it took me like 2 weeks, and I'm like, damn, this internet is bad.
Yeah, and the worst is like you'd be downloading I remember trying to download like the Paris Hilton sex tape or something, and then you get it, and it's just like an episode of like DuckTales, and you're like, what the fuck? And you just spent like 3 days of your internet trying to, in your minutes. Remember you used to have minutes?
Yes.
Like, I got 50 minutes this month.
Yeah, bro. I remember when we had dial-up internet, because I think we got DSL, digital subscriber line. I think we got DSL like when I was in 9th or 10th. Isn't that what it stands for?
No.
What it stand for?
Let's just keep that.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, it's duck sucking lips.
No, DSL internet.
I know. What you call it again?
I thought it was digital.
Digital satellite link. There you go.
Oh, I thought it was, what did I say?
Digital subscription link.
I thought it was like digital subscriber line.
That's hilarious.
When I got DSL, and I think we got DSL when I was like in the 9th or 10th grade, but I remember having that dial-up internet like in 6th grade, and my mom made it where I had to have this thing where to tell you if somebody was calling, and you had to press like answer, and you'd be doing something, you're like, God.
Yeah.
You gotta go over that process again.
Fucking annoying. Technology is so different now.
Have you seen Carlos Mencia since that?
Yeah. When I do a show called Secret Show here, and I used to do it at the Ice House.
Right.
And he, one time, about 3 years ago, was in the other room, and he tried to put his openers on my show. And I said, they go, hey, Carlos is putting 2 people on your Secret Show. I'm like, no, he's not. And he's like, we have to. I'm like, no, he's not doing that. And then he got really fucking pissed off. And he kind of like, when I was on stage, I saw him like pop his head into the little room, just stare at me. And I was about to say something like, get the fuck out of here or something. But what was so funny about that is that I asked the sound guy at the time, and he watched all of Mencia's bits, and I was like, so did it seem like he was stealing still? And he goes, absolutely. He started off with a Tosh bit right at the beginning, and I was just like, wow, he's still doing it. And with the most, I mean, I feel bad for him at this point, now I don't care. But one of the most depressing things, if I ever see like a comedy club like post a photo like Mencia here all this weekend, I always go to the comments, and it's always like 20 comments going like, fuck this guy's thief, so like there's never ever a person going, wow, I can't wait to see him, got our ticks.
Right. I actually know one of his openers. He's a good buddy of mine, and I told him, I said, bro, you need to get away from that guy.
I bet your buddy has a story or two about him taking from him.
he probably won't tell it.
Right.
He loyal to him.
Right.
But I'm like, dog, if you ever want to be a big comic or you can.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even post it on my Instagram that I'm Carlos Mencia's opener.
Right. That's like, that's horrible for your career.
Right. And I hear people say that he's funny, but I guess it's easy to be funny when you're still in, chunks of material.
Right.
Like I believe in parallel thinking, and, especially when it's like a basic premise, like multiple comedians can have that. Like the joke about the wall, D.L. Hughley did it.
Right.
Carlos did it. Ari did. Yeah. So it's like, you know, I hear jokes. I hear jokes sometimes that comedians I know have that I've heard before, and I'm like, nah.
But then you hear Mencia do the famous Bill Cosby football joke with the son or whatever, and you're like, oh my God, that's nowhere close to parallel thinking.
Right.
That's like a complete ripoff of one of the most famous jokes ever. You know.
Like I understand. Not saying that I understand, but I see why comedians back in the day, like Robin Williams, was stealing because he had to do a new 5 minutes like every week.
But do you hear what he did? He used to pay for it.
Oh, that's how you should do it.
Yeah, he would like steal and then write a check to the person he stole it from.
Oh yeah, that's how you should do it.
I mean, I'm sure the comic at the time was like, well, I don't really want you to steal it, but you know, I need $1,000.
Right.
So
you would have caught me 5 years ago. You could have bought all my jokes
right?
for $1,500.
Yeah.
You could have bought every single last one of my jokes for $1,500. But now,
yeah.